this is Changeling. All I know about this game is that it is a visual novel. So yeah, without further ado, let's start a new game. Okay, so first thing can be red, and last thing can be shirt. And now the story begins. Red shirt. As little, I dreamed of being carried away to a far-off land. It was a recurring dream of flying through the air, surrounded by softly singing voices. Back then, I read book after book of old fairy tales in my grandmother's study, the kind where good children didn't always make it out of the dark swamp unscathed. Sometimes the goblins won. During the day, I would run through the forest by our house to pretend the stories were real. Every tree was a sentinel watching over me, and rustling leaves were the sweet whispers of fairies coaxing me and further from the house. Then it all crumbled. Trees and games had to be left behind. Books were left to gather dust on shelves, and dreams were left to fade into memory. Years passed, and all that remained were the distant games and pretend play of childhood. Back then, I didn't know the real fairy tales were darker than anything I could possibly have dreamed up on my own. Chapter 1. Common Root. Homecoming. Oh, and I definitely picked the right name for her with a stunning red hair there. We had nearly reached the new home. I was eager to get out of this cramped car and see the new place. The long road trip wasn't agreeing with me. I couldn't complain too much. After 5 years in a city I hated, we were finally moving back to Pine Hollow, a place where I grew up. That alone was enough to keep my sanity intact during the tense trip back. Fortunately, the reason behind the move wasn't fantastic. Grandpa was ill again, and this time was under strict orders to take it easy. Since he had to avoid stress, he needed Dad's help with his business. Of course, he didn't think so. But Grandma was adamant, get help or retire. So we were on our way back so Dad could take over. Theory, anyway. Not that Grandpa would let him. In any case, Dad wasn't too happy about leaving his current job, or a house in the city behind, much less moving back across state lines to our previous home. I was, though. Missed Grandma and Grandpa, missed the trees and the looming embrace of the mountains that made Pine Hollow feel enclosed and protected. I missed my best friend. What I wouldn't miss was the stifling humidity of the city, constant smell of hot rubber and car exhaust. Not to mention the lack of stars and the way rain made everything like rust. Everything smelled like rust instead of warm earth. It wasn't all terrible. Parks were pretty and being nearer to water had been fun. School hadn't been awful. I was hardly the lonely girl skulking in the corners. I'd had friends, and I would miss them. Ballet wasn't just a friend. She was practically family. No one in the city could compare with that. And the city had never felt like home. I smiled as the scenery beyond the car windows became more and more familiar. My tiredness faded to excitement. This new house isn't that far from the old one, is it? It's only a few miles apart. This one is in a different neighborhood though. Lots of trees, very wooded. I think you two would really like it after we got settled in. Dad said that, but from the look of Spencer's face, I didn't think it was true. Not for him anyway. Dad pointed to a small forested mountain a few miles ahead. The neighborhood is nestled right at the foot there, and winds up the slope. Feels rural, but it's within the walking distance of the town square. I was glad that it didn't look like much development had happened in the years that we'd been gone. In fact, it didn't look like much had changed at all. So much forest, I almost forgot what it was like. Looks easy to get lost in. gave him a sharp look and found him staring at me in this quieting way he'd picked up over the last few years. He was already trying to start a fight about that. Quickly looked away, unwilling to give him the satisfaction. The other thing I missed was me and Spencer being close. Like everyone seemed to think twins ought to be. But I didn't think that just moving back to Pine Hollow would fix that, though. Not with jabs like that aimed at me. Let's go already. No one is going to get lost. And I want both of you to give me I want you both to give me your word you'll be careful in the forest. I don't want to have you to ban you from hiking. And now Mum is starting too. Slide back in the seat, watching the kaleidoscope of full colours slide past. I'd expected the issue to be brought up now that we were moving back, but I hadn't expected to start getting lectured before we even reached the new house. Realtor said there are trails, but you know that probably means animal trails, not actual hiking trails. It'd be dangerous if you aren't careful. Well, we're not little kids anymore. There are lots of coyotes here, and cougars, even bears. There's also a pretty deep ravine in the woods behind the house from what I understand. We just want to make sure everyone's safe. Now that we're back, we don't want... Geez, it's been 5 years. I can entirely blame everyone for their uneasiness about the whole thing. Disappearance 5 years ago. My disappearance 5 years ago was the reason we moved in the first place. Not just the disappearance itself, though I'd been gone for more than a week, and that definitely caused some drama, but there was the issue of how I just showed back up, and the other things that happened around that time. 5 years later, and my family was still shattered by the repercussions of what had happened back then. Of course, I wanted them to move on. Everything back then had been my fault. Not just the drama the family had endured as a whole, but also what had happened to Spencer. Those weren't wounds that could just heal overnight. Not the emotional ones, not the physical ones, and definitely not the ones inflicted on our relationship. No amount of apologizing had ever helped. Dad had turned onto a quiet street that wound its way up into the trees. A few rooftops poked through the foliage. Definitely liking the art style of this game as well. It's very pretty. And also liking the music. Very peaceful, at least for now. It was a great neighbourhood that reminded me a little where we'd lived before. The sweetness of nostalgia helped wash away some of the lingering bitterness from the previous conversation. Not the place from the moment we turned onto the street and passed over a trickling creek that vanished into the woods. Down at the foot of the mountain, and within walking distance of the houses, was the main street of the town, filled with little shops and restaurants. But the neighbourhood, hidden behind a thick wall of trees and curled around the mountainside, felt secluded and quiet. It was beautiful and perfect. Red, go check the boxes up in your room to make sure they put the right ones in there. Let you unpack your things first. Then I want you downstairs to help in the kitchen. Spencer, same for you. Movers had already arranged most of the furniture in the house under Grandma's supervision, but the boxes with the smaller items and personal belongings still needed unpacking. Since she had to take care of Grandma couldn't do much more than tell them where to put the furniture and try to get the basics set up for us. We still had a ton of work to do. I immediately busied herself trying to hang curtains and make the house look lived in. Dad started ripping into the boxes in the family room. Spencer vanished upstairs. Left Mom in the kitchen and went to take a look at the rest of the downstairs. The house is really great. I'm glad you like it, honey. It wasn't new, but it had been renovated inside. Looked modern and new, but still felt old and full of memories. And someone else's history. I loved it already. My bedroom was right next to Spencer's. And it's very green and blue. The only thing separating them was a small shed bedroom. That was going to be so much fun. It didn't take like any intrusion into his personal space was a huge affront. So I had to walk on eggshells if I didn't want to fight with him. I could only begin to imagine his whining about having to share counter space with all my icky girl things, like a hairbrush and hand lotion. The horror. That aside, my room was pretty nice. It was bright and airy, and I loved seeing my things already put exactly where I'd have put them anyway. Looks like Grandma even got my bed ready. All I had to do was unpack the rest of my personal stuff. I started with my school things, pulling the tape off one box to get what was inside. Suddenly the door to my room Suddenly the door to my side bedroom burst open. Spencer stalked in, dropping a dusty box on my clean bedspread. He could have at least knocked. It gave me one of yours. Don't pick a fight. Just stay calm. Read the box to the floor without saying anything. Spencer started to leave. Hang on, let me make sure I don't have anything of yours. Hopefully he didn't make a habit of bursting in. Being a twin brother didn't mean he got to invade my privacy whenever he wanted. Especially since he had an aneurysm if I slammed into his room that way. I quickly sorted through the boxes to see if any of his were lurking in my room. Sure enough, I found one with his name clearly scrawled on top. Here, I think this one has some of your clues. Nudged the book towards him with my foot. He scowled at me before picking it up and stalking back to his room. Door inside the room of the bathroom is slammed shut. Yeah, you're welcome. I feel like every interaction with him was like that lately. It was worse than ever, actually. But then, he wasn't likely to forget his negative memories of Pine Hollow soon. I was pretty sure he was just annoyed by the fact I was happy to be back, which meant taking it out on me, of course. He never loved this place the way I had anyway, so he wasn't really inclined to overlook the bad memories in the first place. I sighed and continued pulling things out of boxes. Patience. It was just hard to have all this stuff stirred up again. I mean, even if I accepted responsibility for what happened back then, I didn't think it meant I also had to sentence myself to guilt and misery forever. Not for something that happened when I was 12. Something I couldn't even remember. I left my boxes on the floor and went to peer out the window. I pressed my head against the glass, watching the trees sway slightly in the fall breeze. It's probably stupid to say I felt more complete in this town. At a glance, it looked like dozens of others you can find scattered through the area. It was beautiful and sunny sometimes, and others it was really eerie. There were days where the clouds hung low over the mountains. The fog was super thick through the trees. You could almost imagine it haunted. The truth was that I felt I'd lost something in this place 5 years ago. Maybe I was only happy to be here, because I felt that now I had a chance to get it back. I left the window and went back to unpacking before Mum started yelling at me to come join the battle of unbubble wrapping the kitchenware. In any case, I was being annoyingly sentimental. Pine Hollow was special to me. Maybe, but it wasn't special in general. It was one of those little towns and with more urban legends than any reasonable person could count. Hundreds of stories about creepy happenings in the woods. For every one of them, no matter how unlikely, there were dozens of people willing to believe it. That's probably why people were so quick to lead on the oddities of my disappearances. They weren't really even that odd. At least I didn't think so. I still probably wrote them off as strange but explainable. I got lost, and I got unlost. Big deal. Though, to be fair, the first time it happened I was 9. And when I got unlost, I was also unhurt, even after 10 days in the woods alone. I was definitely lucky I got home safely. It wasn't supernatural. Not like some people apparently insisted. It was like It was just the amnesia that caught people off guard, I think. I couldn't remember a thing that happened while I was missing. I still couldn't. But psychogenetic amnesia was a thing. What kid would want to remember being terrified in the woods for a week and a half? Not me, clearly. I started filling my closet with clothes and carefully lined up my shoes and boots. Should totally get a new pair to celebrate being home. I left the closet and began arranging my study things on the desk. We started back to school on Monday, after an inevitably busy weekend. Same private school we'd gone to before we left. That was the only thing I had mixed feelings about. It had just been such a fuss about my last disappearance, one when I was 12. That one had been really callous for everything. That'd been when everything just broke. I'd been missing for nearly 2 full weeks. Newspapers were running dramatic and hopeless stories. There was speculation about whether I was a runaway or if it was a ploy for attention. After all, it had happened to me before. There were search parties out every day looking for any sign of me. My parents were heartbroken. Again. Professor was out with a search party one evening and got separated from them. Heard a scream and feared the worst. But he ran out of the woods a short time later in hysterics, clutching at one of his eyes. Then I walked out after him in a daze but unharmed. I never found anything wrong with his eye. He lost the vision in it, but no one knew the reason. He was saying a lot of crazy things at the time. No one knew if he'd hit his head or had maybe gotten attacked by a stray cougar. Again, I didn't remember a thing. There was a lot of public interest in the incident due to the fact that it was the second one involving our family, and me specifically. People love mysteries, and I'd given them one. If I wasn't making it up, and I wasn't, then what sort of trauma could give me an amnesia twice? No one could do anything but speculate endlessly. I only tried to just get on with life, but it hadn't been easy. More like impossible. There had just been too much stupid speculation and skepticism. At school, there were rumours that we'd both done the whole thing for attention, and Spencer's injury was fake. That's when he had a psychotic episode, and tried to kill me. It was a mess. And so we just left. Why am I even thinking about this again? Probably for backstory for us. I shook off all these old negative thoughts. It was years ago. People had forgotten. Everything was going to be just fine. Yeah, I highly doubt that. I stacked the empty boxes off to the side. On the opposite side of the room, I set up my painting things. The cabinet for my art supplies was nearby, and I quickly stacked everything inside. The sunny room was going to be perfect for painting. It even faced north. I love that they reminded me that when they picked this room for me. Red, are you finished yet? Nearly done. Give me a few more minutes. Turned my attention to my small library of old books. I had all the classics, all used and worn, and beautiful. And, of course, there was a lot of Shakespeare. It only took a few minutes to get the books on the shelves. I tried to organize them properly tomorrow. Once I was finished unpacking, I gave my room a satisfied once-over before heading downstairs to help Mum unpack the kitchen. What should I do with the boxes in my room? We'll figure that out what the recycling pickup schedule is, so we can crush them and send them out. For now, just leave them. Okay. Meanwhile, can you set these out on the back porch? She mentioned to a few large empty flower pots near the table. No problem. When you're back, I have a few things for you to take out to the basement. Yay. Go on, hurry it up. Aye, Captain. I held the stack of pots and managed to wobble my way to the back door with them. Navigating the door handle was a bit interesting, but I managed to get outside without breaking anything. I set them down near one of the brick columns and looked across the overgrown backyard. Something interesting caught my eye, and I hopped off the porch to investigate. At the back, in a little hollowed out area near the fence, was a ring of mushrooms with round caps. Ooh, we know what that means. Fairies! A fairy ring! I smiled as I crouched down and poked at one of them. We'd had one out at our last house too. Dad had tried everything to get rid of it, but it was persistent. No matter what you treated it with, it always came back. Wouldn't be happy about it, but for some reason I liked having it there. I smiled slightly. Remember playing with Spencer in our previous backyard. We'd play tag, and whoever made it first inside the circle first would be safe. Or we'd lay inside and pretend we could see fairies dancing on the mushroom tops or playing in the tree branches. I took a long, deep breath. So glad to be back. What are you doing out here? Silence stood, carefully brushing off my jeans. Why does he have to sound so angry? There's more work for you to do, you know. You had time between daydreaming and communing with nature. Is it possible for you to speak to me like I'm a human being? It'd be if I was sure you were a human being. I hate the way you always said things like that, with a completely straight face. Ha ha, very amusing. I assure you the sisters are indeed human. Brothers, however, I'm not so sure about. Lily would assume he hadn't meant it literally, but I could never tell with him. Just get back inside. As he turned away, he snapped a foot out, kicking it over a few of the mushrooms. Just stay calm. Not freaking worth it. And they're gonna grow back anyway, as we just stated, so why do you always try to ruin things just because I like them? I wanted to get angry, but then we just fight, and I didn't want to fight with them anymore. It took all my self-control to swallow down the irritation. I stared at the broken fairy ring and bit my lower lip. Knowing stories, fairies tend to get pretty ticked off if you mess with their stuff. Strange looked past over his face, sort of confused and fearful at once. Because it's a fairy ring? That's what the circular formation of mushrooms is called. Whatever. He stalked back inside, leaving me by the broken fairy ring. I looked down at the crumbled mushrooms laying in broken bits of the grass. They'd grow back. It was stupid to care. I hated seeing something pretty monster up for a stupid reason. Hated that he tried to ruin everything like that, like some sort of creepy assassin of joy. I shoved my hands in my pockets and headed back inside. There was a quiet rustle of dried leaves behind me, and I glanced back. There was nothing there. Probably a squirrel or something. Or a fairy. Casting one last glance at the fairy ring, I stepped back into the kitchen, prepared for a list of chores to complete before dinner. I was just glad Dad was already talking about ordering pizza instead of trying to cook. That night, I had a vivid dream. In it was the sense I was looking for something, and that I had to find my way home. There were tall trees draped in emerald moss, and groping branches that reached to the sun. There was faint singing, childish voices whose words I couldn't make out. It was a dream that left the taste and smell of warm, wet earth in the mouth as I woke. The smell quickly faded and replaced by the bacon and eggs as sunlight warmed my eyelids, beckoning me to wake up. Rolled over and snuggled deep into my blankets. Mom was already up. Here downstairs talking to Dad as she cooked breakfast. A prickle of sunlight against my eyelids coaxed me out of sleep and warmed my face. Red, I know you want to sleep in, but we still have a lot of unpacking to do. I'm up. Sort of. Last remnants of my dream faded as I staggered out of bed and to my closet to arrange for something to wear. A dream I'd had many times, though not for a while. With that sense of having to get home, I assumed it was a dream from when I got lost in the woods. For when I was spirited away, as my grandmother always called it, being back must have been dredging up some of those odd feelings from back then. Glanced towards my half-open curtains. Looks a bit chilly this morning. I should probably find something warm. This far north, it always felt like summer simply stopped abruptly, giving way to the instant autumn. Yesterday, when we had arrived, it had been sunny with a hint of a chill, but I was betting the mornings were pretty cold. Hey, Mum says stop fooling around and get your butts downstairs. He jumped out of my skin when he walked into my room. In response, I snatched a stray sock and threw it his way. Getting dressed, you creep. And shut the door. Fine. Marched across the room and slammed the door in Spencer's face. Threw my clothes on and wrinkled my curly hair into some semblance of a ponytail. Not exactly the height of stylishness, but we still had unpacking to do. Mum wouldn't be a slave driver. Function over fashion, or whatever. Go to sounds in time to see Mum setting out the plates. First breakfast in the new house. Wow, you really went all out. Bacon, eggs, and even pancakes, and glorious, glorious coffee. Dad watched by munching on something and Mum scowled at him. Sit at the table if you want to eat. Too busy. He reached for another piece of bacon, and she slapped his hand. He just grinned at her. As soon as she turned away, he grabbed the bacon and shoved it in his mouth, then fled the room. Rolled my eyes at them, and was about to sit when Mum yanked my breakfast away ruthlessly. What? She pointed to several garbage bags and a box by the door. Uh-oh. You said you'd take them out last night, and didn't. Bags go to the bin out front, and the boxes go to the tool shed out back. Both of them. Before breakfast. Mom, I'm hungry. I can't crave sustenance. Made sad whining noises and poured at her for my plate. She wasn't buying it. Spencer swung by the table and took my plate out of her hands. Snatched out sliced bacon off it and shoved it in his mouth. Like father, like son. Thanks, Mum. Looks delicious. That's mine, just so you know. He sidled past me, holding the plate just out of reach. Fill your food. Take the trash out, then you can eat. So mean, all of you. It's so useless to argue. I already knew that. Silent trudged to the door, fumbling with a pair of flip-flops before picking my poison and heading out. Okay, let's do the bags first. You know that this is cruel and unusual punishment. It's not punishment, just fulfilling obligations. Cruel. Barely got the last word in before the door slammed shut. He was being about obligations and responsibilities, but considering that Dad was much worse, probably shouldn't complain. I head down the short drive to where the jumbled bins were sitting just behind the mailboxes. It was a gorgeous, crisp fall morning. Chilly but invigorating. And it was a real shame I was going to spend it cleaning and unpacking when I could be contacting Ali to hang out. We hadn't seen each other in 5 years, so I was really looking forward to catching up. I just hoped I'd at least have time to call her later in the day. As I made dropping the bags into the green bin when a loud crash followed by a few desperate curses came from just over the wooden fence. 4 crashes and what sounded like scattering cans and plastic bottles ensued. I hadn't met much of the neighbors yet, so I wasn't sure I wanted to go poking my nose over the fence. But it sounded like someone was having some major issues over there. No. It was the sound of scattering trash again. Tossed the bags in the bin and slammed the lid shut before taking a peek around the side of the fence. There's a boy about my age, riding several garbage bins and hastily picking up scattered paper, plastics before shoving them into the blue container. Ooh, hello there. Need a hand? Kelly started him in a rather spectacular display. He jumped nearly a foot in the air and somehow ended up on his butt on the ground. He stared up at me with pale green eyes. Okay, weird eyes. He jumped to his feet, snatching a bottle off the ground as he did so. No, I got it. Just gotta pick everything up. Dropped the bottle into the recycling bin and gave me an embarrassed smile. They sort of attacked when I was bringing the trash out. Fair enough. At least epic battles with my trash bin myself. A terrible enemy, to be sure. Oh yes, especially the blue ones. Have you watched out? Have to watch out for those. They get me every time. We both laughed awkwardly. So, you're one of the new neighbours. Guilty as charged. You're quite charitable enough to take the trash out for complete strangers on a Saturday morning. Nice. Gave me a quick look up and down, then immediately turned red and rubbed his back of his neck as he bent to pick up more of the scattered trash. I mean, you know, it's nice to have someone my age move in instead of weird old people or something. Okay, so you seem nice. Purple hair was cool. I didn't mind the piercings either. I grinned slightly. Yeah, no weird old people over here. Oh, by the way, I'm Elliot. I'm Red. Cool, Red. I'll totally remember that. Red. Remembered my name to myself a few more times as if trying to memorize it. So, quick silence descended. Introductions were also always so weird. Where are you guys moving from? Oh, just out of state. Used to live here a few years ago and just came back because my grandfather's sick. Sorry to hear that. Well, he's a bit better than he was, so it's okay. But we just wanted to be closer to them because of it. Makes sense. Gave me a sidelong look. So, starting school here soon then? I mean, you're still in high school, right? For another year. I'm a senior. Cool, same here. My brother's a senior too. Oh, so you're like twins or something? Yeah, lucky for you, I'm the nice one though. So your brother's the evil one? Sadly, yes. Spencer is evil. Ah, cool. Well, I mean, it's not cool that your brother is evil, but it's cool that I lucked out and met the good twin. I have a stepsister. She is kind of evil. Ooh, an evil stepsister. That's pretty classic. Between you and me, we would probably make sure that they never met. World would definitely be in peril. Bent down behind one of the bins to pick up some of the things he hadn't grabbed yet, smiling slightly. Oh, you don't have to do that. I don't mind. I liked him. He had a cute smile. Hey, Mosey. I heard the voice and decided to put my head up and see who was talking. Bad idea. Watch out. Ow. Barely even saw the football coming before it bounced off my head. Holy what? I was pretty sure I actually saw stars. Thanks, buckled, I immediately felt Elliot grab me around the waist to keep me standing. Whoa. Oh god, are you okay? His voice was right next to my ear. I feel his breath ghosting across my cheek. Rapid footsteps sounded across my yard. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize there was something else over here. No, it's okay. I always wondered what it'd be like to have my brain knocked loose. Quite freeing. There's quite an army out there. The new guy laughed awkwardly. So sorry. Are you okay? Should we help you inside? It wasn't exactly terrible being held by Elliot, but I decided I should probably pull away and try to stand on my own. Shook my head, trying to rid myself of the blurred vision. No, I'm good. Awkward silence descended before Elliot laughed nervously. That was kind of amazing. I laughed and winced, and reached up to touch the bump forming on my head. Ow. Let me look. Turned towards him and let him examine my forehead, while I stared into his strange eyes. They were such an odd shade of green. What if they were contacts? Can't imagine anyone having eyes that colour naturally. Maybe he's a fairy. Oh, you have a bump. Is that the official diagnosis, Doctor? You should go put some ice on it. Man, I am so sorry. I feel terrible. It's fine. Really. Blame it on my ugly bad timing if you want. I'm Danny, by the way. King of terrible first impressions. Pleasure to It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty. And by the way, Mosey, dumb nickname. I blame my stepsister. Just ignore it. What are you doing? What are you even doing up this early? I usually see you before noon. If I don't come over and drag you out of bed. Which is what I was about to do, by the way. A night owl? You could say that. He rubbed the back of his neck again. Cute. He seemed to do that a lot when he was embarrassed. I'm not much of a morning person either. Right? Mornings suck. Too bright, too early. I like mornings. The only good thing about mornings is coffee. Red, can you stop flooding and get back in here and carry the rest of the crap out back? I flinched at the sound of Spencer's voice, and shot a glare at the house just in time to see his auburn curls vanish back inside. Evil twin? Yes. Unfortunately. We're still unpacking, so I should head back in. It's nice to meet you both. Hey, where are you going to school? We both at Stone Circle Academy. We'll see you there. That's right, we start Monday, so definitely see you there. Nice. Don't forget to put ice on that. Wait at both of them and head back inside. West back and saw Danny elbow Elliot and say something to him. Elliot turned around and shoved Danny's shoulder. Caught me watching and waited sheepishly. Went back and went back inside laughing. Mum made a bit of a fuss over the bump on my head. Sister a nice poke while I ate breakfast. By the time I finished, she was already dictating the last list of chores I had to take care of while I was done. It's going to be a long, long day. Now up to chapter 2. Okay, probably with that I'm going to end it here. I know we didn't really scratch the surface on this, but yeah, apparently this game is very long, and I'm sort of out of time for today. But yeah, really enjoyed what I've read so far. Definitely liking the art style and music. And definitely the story is very intriguing. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this and want to see or read more for yourself, link will be down in the description below. And yeah, I'll be moving on to the next game. This is I'm a love interest in my childhood friend's reverse harem. Yeah, that's the title of this visual novel. Yeah, the title is pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, what piqued my interest about this visual novel is that it is set in Australia. And yeah, very intrigued by that, because I don't think I know of a visual novel that is actually set in Australia. Usually it's set in like Japan or America or whatever, so yeah, let's start a new game. Met Emily 10 years ago. She was standing in the middle of the park near my house, alone, lost and crying. Here. Help you find your way so you don't need to cry anymore. We walked hand in hand until her mother finally found her. Ever since then, we have walked together along the same path, side by side. We grew up together, went to school together, laughed, smiled and cried together. Thought nothing would come in between our friendship. But then they came along. A cute girl like you shouldn't concern yourself with a guy like me. What? No, I didn't just call you cute. Shut up. You got the top score in last week's test again. You really are amazing, Emily. But I won't let you beat me next time. I guess you could call them her potential love interest. If either of their feelings towards her were genuine, I would have happily supported whatever decision she made. But I know the truth. Sounds like he's kind of stereotypical nice guy. Wait, Hong Yang, you've been getting all chummy with Emily lately. Seriously getting on my nerves. Oh? And what about you, Al? following her around like some kind of lost puppy or worse, a stalker. What do you call me, asshole? You heard me. But she's actually annoyed by you bothering her all the time, nerd. I can say the same thing about you, Yankee. Fuck you. Language. Look, after I ask her out, she won't have time to entertain you anymore. She may as well give up now. Huh, funny you should say something so bold, because I was planning to ask her out myself. When she agrees to date me instead of you, you'll have no one to play study date with anymore. What makes you think she'll pick you over me? What makes you think she won't? Fine, we'll both ask her out next week and see who she chooses. But if she picks me, you're going to clean the gutters at my house for a week. Fine, if she picks me, you're going to bring me homemade lunches for a week. That's a weird condition, but fine. Fine. It's because I'm sick of having sandwiches for lunch. Alright, may the best man win. Bastards. Those two only had concerns for their own egos. So that stupid competition at Emily's expense, having no consideration for anyone else's feelings. I wasn't going to let that happen. I can make Alan and Hank fall in love with you instead. Make Emily choose you over the two. Okay, sure, let's make them fall in love with me instead. It's a game they want to play, it's a game they're going to get. I'll become the object of their affections, make the guys fall in love with me instead. Then, I'll break their hearts. Okay, Monday morning. I don't know exactly when they plan to ask Emily out next week, but all I can do for now is get in their way. Just make sure I'm always by her side, so Alan Hong Yang can never get the chance to be alone with her. It should be easy enough, after all. Jim, good morning. After all, I am her childhood friend. Morning, MC. Hey, so I tried the spicy Korean noodle challenge you told me about last week. Yeah, how'd you go? It was so spicy. My mouth was burning after the second bite, and I was literally in tears. Literally. I told you it wouldn't be easy. But I was able to finish one whole packet. Wow, nice job. Thank you. Oh. Really, are you talking about eating those spicy Korean noodles that everyone's talking about? Mind if I chime in? Oh, hi, Guillaume. Hey, man. And here he is, our first target. Hong Yang Chen. He's a member of the student representatives and one of the top scorers in the class, alongside Emily. Sure, have you tried them before, Hong Yang? I have, but I didn't actually manage to finish packets. Too spicy? Definitely. I drank 2 whole bottles of soy milk straight away. Weak sauce. Ow. You're being a ruin again. Now, second target has arrived. Yazawa. Probably butchering that name. Class' very own troublemaker. I was suspended last term for being involved in a fight with another student. Circumstances surrounding the incident are still unknown. Finished off 2 whole packets and was feeling just fine afterwards. Wow, impressive. Yes, impressive. Why did you say it in that tone? What tone? So Guillaume, how much did you manage to eat? You're looking at me. Oh, I get it. This is just one of those flag scenes that occur in visual novel games. But the protagonist has to make a decision that ends up affecting how everyone else feels about them. If I say the right things, I might raise some affection points or something. Yeah, right. Real life doesn't work like that. Well, since I'm trying to get Alan and Hang Yang to notice me, I guess I had to say something that makes them seem less like a rival for Emily's affection. Something that will make you seem more lovable. Okay, let's say one, it was crazy spicy. I had a packet, but I couldn't really chew it after the 4th bite. Basically swallowing the noodle whole. That can't be healthy. Probably not, but I didn't want to be known as a coward, so I finished the packet. Well, I'm impressed. Yes. Hongyang sounds less impressed. Al, what do you think? You've been quiet lately. Better than Hongyang. That praise, or is he just messing with Hongyang? Why are you always like this? Now, fellas. Seriously again. I would never think of you as a coward. You've always been a really cool guy to me. Gee. Where did those flowers come from? Probably mean something. Thanks, MC. MC? It's my nickname. Oh. Back in primary school, I started calling it M for short. But in 6th grade, we had 2 other girls named Emily in our class. So early on, everyone agreed to call each Emily by their initials. MC, MT, and MV. I see. But wouldn't their initials actually be EC, ET, and EV? For obvious reasons, we chose not to use those. Actually, like being called MC. Kind of feels like I'm the main character of a game or something. As you can see, it really feeds our ego. And if it's alright with you, can I call you MC as well? Sure. Al, you can call me that too if you'd like. I think we're friendly enough to go by nicknames, don't you? Did Al just blush? I'll call you whatever I want. MC. She is blushing. Okay. Damn, her heroine powers have been activated. Really going to have to pull out my game if I want to compete with that Emily. Pete? I mean, save Emily from these two. Right, that's what I meant. Maybe I'll get them to call me by my nickname as well. But I don't really have one. What should I say? Okay, let's make them make one for me. Hey, while you're getting friendly, maybe you should come up with a nickname for me. You want a nickname? Sure, why not? Oh, Heng Yang. Or Hong Yang. What do you guys think of when you look at me? Not interested. Oh. Well, you just can't think of a nickname on the spot. I see. Sorry, I don't really think of anything special when I look at you either. Don't worry about it. I just thought it might have been fun. Don't mind. Oh, hi. You kids better stop loitering around the hallway. The bell's about to ring. See? No, we heard it. Did you just give the teacher sass? Ow. Get to class. Yes, sir. Really need to watch that mouth of yours. Whatever. Jim, why are you still standing around? Oh, right. Sorry, I kinda just wanted to see how the scene ended. I'm going now. Rest of the day flew by uneventfully. For long it was already time to head home. Aw man, I couldn't really concentrate in class today. Shouldn't be focusing all my attention on Ao and Hong Yang. I also had to think about my education. But that's easier said than done. Even now my mind is filled with the fact that those two are both competing over Emily. Emily and I no longer live in the same area after she moved houses, so I can't walk her home after school. Luckily both Al and Hong Yang seem to get picked up from school, so I don't have to worry about either of them spending time with her at the end of the day. I'm so tired. I want to have an early night, but first I should get some work done. Gotta stay in shape. Maybe I should exercise. Oh, well, I have a test on Friday. I should really study for that instead. But it's getting late and I haven't made dinner yet. Should I cook something? Let's cook. Because we don't need to study for a few more days, so I need sustenance. Just whip up something quick and easy. Done. Spag bowl with a side of jelly. Not too shabby if I say so myself. Should snap some pictures for the gram. Wonder if I send a picture to one of the guys, would they respond? Guess there's only one way to find out. Who should I message? Okay, let's go with Hong Yang. What kind of food Hong Yang normally eats? Maybe you'll send me a photo of his dinner. Oh, that's a cute photo. Okay, cooked us. Bag bowl. No response. Seriously? Won't even talk to me unless Emily is around. Whatever, I'll shower and then go to bed. Think about what to make that bastard fall madly in love with me tomorrow. After I catch at his heart, I'll break it with a smile on my face. Okay. Guy's definitely weird. Okay, it's now a Tuesday. Another day, another chance to win some hearts. Got to school a little earlier than usual, hoping I'd be the first to greet Al or Hong Yang when they get here. Huh. Did I miss the memo? Why is everyone already here so early in the morning? I see interfering with the common route isn't going to be easy. Morning, everyone. Jim, morning. What's everyone talking about? Well, Al and Hong Yang have a bit of a disagreement. Again? What are they arguing about this time? Probably something ridiculous again. None of your business. Is this what rejection feels like? But it's something I can help settle. I don't mind being the mediator. Just clicked his tongue at me. Being rude again, Al. Sorry about that, Jim. Al's just being unreasonable. Speak for yourself. These two. Anyway, I was talking to MSC about the new superhero movie that came out over the weekend. One where the hero has a copycat ability? Yeah, that one. When Al decided to rudely interject and give his opinion even though no one asked for it. Didn't Hong Yang do the same thing yesterday when I was talking to Emily about spicy noodles? Whatever, you do it all the time, hypocrite. Al called him out on it. No, I don't. Look, anyway, Al thinks that being a copycat is pathetic. It is. It's an original and you're basically the same as an average civilian. There's no one around with a real superpower for you to mimic. But that's why it's so useful. If you're hanging around with the Justice League, then you can copy all their powers at once. You'd be unstoppable. Sparks are flying. It's too early in the morning for this. Been arguing about it for 10 minutes already. 10 minutes? I had that much alone time with Emily and they wasted it on bickering with each other. Tried to stop them. I tried, but it didn't work. Jim, please help. Okay, there's only one way to handle a dispute like this. What's that? Humor. Walking over to the front of the class and pick up a whiteboard marker. Jim, what are you... I see. Hey, you two. What do you want? Oh my god, that is adorable. Awkward silence much. What are you doing? Neil, I'm being a distraction. I don't know how to respond to this kind of situation. Stop it, Jim. Pretending to be a cat doesn't make you cute or anything. Meow? Cute? Ow, no one mentioned anything about being cute. Look what I just found out. Al really likes cats. Shut up. Just get the stuff off your face now. Whatever. Get your wet wipe and I have some in my bag. Heh, it worked. Well, Jim, you're really good at handling those two. Think so? I do. I think with you around, these two tend to mellow out a bit more. Or according to plan. According to what plan? There's nothing. Let's just get my face cleaned up before the teacher gets here. Alright. The rest of the morning goes by quickly. After our first subject ends, the four of us head over to our next class. Four of us start walking together. School is for a conversation starter. Yeah, I was wondering, since Al and Hong Yang are talking about it this morning, but if you had a superpower, what would it be? Oh, easy, telepathy. I'd really see. Think you're a savior or something? Here's my superhero idol. Want to be a superhero? Of course, who wouldn't? But yeah. Not sure. That's alright. There's so many different types of powers, it's hard to pick just one. Do you know what you'd want, MC? I want the power to bring joy to those I care about. That's really kind of you. A real saint. Turn GM, what's your superpower? Mine? I'm gonna say to either compliment Hong Yang's power or get out interested. After much consideration, I would have to say... yeah, I'd want the power to speak with animals. That's an interesting choice. Oh, you're okay. That's a good power. I know, right? Thank you. To be honest, I mainly want to talk to cats. Cats? Here we go. I love cats. I had a great tabby when I was younger, but now she lives with my mum and sister in France, so I hardly get to see her. I have a tabby. You do? He's orange and thinks he's a dog. What? No way. Play fetch with his toys. That's cool. Do you have any photos? Yeah, just hang on a sec. Didn't know Al had a pet cat. Actually, he has a few animals at his place. How do you know that? It's a long story. I'd be more than happy to tell you about it over the weekend. Here. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Oh, he's gorgeous. Let's see, come check out Al's cat. Sure, I want to see. Wow, he's a cutie. Is it just me or does Hong Yang seem pissed off? Oh well, not my problem. Oh, I love your cat. What's his name? Noah. Noah, I like it. Thanks. Oh, and there's the bell. We're officially late. Better get a move on. Oh, show me more photos of your cat sometime. Sure. After our morning classes, the four of us split off to our respective elective subjects. Didn't see them for the rest of the day. Okay, it's now afternoon. This morning sure took a lot out of me. Kind of nice talking with everyone today. It was like we were actually friends. Enough about that, though. I have things I need to do before I can finally sleep. Let's do some studying. Really worried about my test on Friday. Better off studying for it now than stressing about it later. Just a few minutes of study each night should suffice. I really like the little animations of this. It's so cute. Not getting it at all. Maybe I should skip school on Friday. No, Dad will kill me. I'll message Hong Yang and ask for help. Or I can spend this time trying to bond with Al. Don't know how well he usually does on our class tests. Okay, we'll message Hong Yang. Contact Hong Yang. They probably won't message us. Okay, hey Hong Yang, how do I solve question 5-4 in our maths homework? As usual, he's slow to reply. Finally. Wow, he really doesn't like me. Let's see, sorry to bother you, Hong Yang. Not a bother, I just mean it's hard to explain over the phone. Oh, but you're happy to teach me if it's a face-to-face? Maybe. Depends if I have the time. I'm busy enough with my own studies and I'm tutoring another person. Is it just making excuses? But just let me know what time is you're free and we can organise a study session. Oh, that's where he was going with this. Sure. How does lunchtime tomorrow sound to you? No, but... oh, I just need to be patient. What do you say? Oh, it's from Emily. Damn it, girl. Can't you see I'm busy? Hey, Jim. What are you having for dinner? Oh, wait. I guess you can't. Nothing yet. I decided to study first. What? Make sure you eat something. You're going to get sick if you keep skipping dinner. I know, but I didn't put all my stat points into intelligence like you, so I had to study. Anyway, I had to go now. Have a good night, MC. Night. It's nice of her to check up on me, but it looks like Hong Yang isn't replying anymore. Guess I should just head to bed now. Try again tomorrow. It is now Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, also known as Hump Day. No, not that kind of hump. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's known as Hump Day because it's the middle of the week. From here on out, it's smooth sailing down to the weekend. At least that's what our computer study teacher says. We have Miss Garden on Wednesday mornings. She's the type of teacher that has a hard time coping with her increasing age and seems to always be in the middle of a midlife crisis. That's why we always end up doing some sort of weird activity on Hump Day. Hey, Kim. Yes, MC? What do you think we'll get today? I have no idea, but last week was pretty awesome. Last week, Miss Gunn had adopted 2 new rescue pets. She brought them to school along with the other 3 she already owns. It was a lot of fun. It looked euphoric while playing with the 3-legged cat. I love cats, you know that. Here she is. That reminds me of Professor Trelawney. Hey, good morning, everyone. All class becomes silent with anticipation. Even Alex keeping his mouth shut. I say, good morning, everyone. You reluctantly respond. Morning, Miss. Good morning, Miss Garden. Please just tell us what we're doing today. Well, some of us are eager this morning. Shouldn't always be in such a hurry. Relax, take a breather, enjoy your youth. But if you're really curious, we're having a scavenger hunt today. Oh, that sounds fun. Scavenger hunt. Is that all? She's disappointed because we won't be any animals this week. Excuse me, miss. Why exactly are we having a scavenger hunt? I'm so very glad you asked, Emily. As you all know, my youngest nephew turned 5 this year. Did we all know that? Yeah, my brother held a big family event over Easter, and they had an Easter egg hunt. The cute little nieces and nephews ran around the park while trying to find the eggs. They were also adorable and looked like they were having fun, having the times of their lives. Must have been fun. Well, I wasn't allowed to partake. I didn't even get to hide the eggs because my brother thought I'd make it too difficult for the younger children. Honestly, if you can't climb a tree, and are you really living a fulfilling childhood? So you're saying you organized a scavenger hunt for a class because you felt cheated out of the fun during Easter? Yes, but if any of the other teachers ask, say you're learning new problem-solving skills and scout the school for locations to use for your projects. Right? Okay, I'm game. There's always that one weird teacher. It's easier just to play along. That's the spirit. The hell is that thing? Right, kids, I've hidden 100 of these stickers around the school. Ah, the stickers, that's what they are. What's that, a rice ball? Whoever finds the most within the time limit will win a prize. What is the prize? You'll find out at the end. That's such a teacher thing to say when they haven't actually got a prize ready. While you're searching, if you want to know how much time you have left, just look up. Some teachers glance at the ceiling. I was one of them. Not right now. Once the hunt begins, you'll be able to see how much time you have left. Right, kids, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Guana. Hear my classmates stumble as the teacher shouts out Guana. I haven't heard anyone make that joke since primary school. Classic. Oh, were the teachers really this immature? Alright, go. Half the class bolts for the door, while the other half just awkwardly look at each other and sigh. I look up and sure enough I can see a timer. Wow, a mysterious timer that only appears during games. Doesn't seem to be moving though. Maybe the hunt hasn't started yet. That must mean... Ready for another fun hump day game? Sure, I may as well enjoy myself. Just need to move around different areas of the school and look around for stickers. Some may be hidden from view, so I should check under tables and behind walls. Sounds easy enough, just like one of those point-and-click mini games and visual novels, right? Why am I talking like I'm giving a tutorial? Kim, what did you say, point-click? What are you clicking exactly? The rice ball stickers? Don't worry, I don't actually care. I was just distracting you while I got a sticker next to you. Okay, bye now. Wait, what? Damn it, has she always been this cunning? Time to get serious and look for those stickers. Okay, I already see one there. Yeah, I'm clicking. Wow, the stickers glue when I get near them. This guy must have really wanted us to find as many stickers as possible. First one down. Okay, for whatever reason, I need to use the arrow keys to select them. Found another. Okay, should I go search in the corridor? Yes. Looks like a few are taking this seriously. Out of my way. Okay, maybe just out. Where are the fucking stickers? What's your language? There's Honging even playing. Okay, there's another one. How could someone have missed this sticker? Okay, gotcha. Something hidden behind the wall panel. But another one. Okay, but I think we ran out of time. Excuse me for the interruption. All students in Miss Garner's Year 11 computing class return to your classroom now. Looks like it's time's up for the scavenger hunt. I was somehow able to find 5 stickers. Wonder how everyone else went. Welcome back, Ian. Let me see. What you do was really sly. Got pretty into the game, didn't you? Well, you didn't know something that was right in front of you. How many stickers did you find in the end? Just one. Just one? One I found at the very start. Wow, with all your enthusiasm, I thought you would have found more. Me too. Wonder how everyone else went. Suck it, little dick. Ow, would you please stop talking like that? Nah, mate. I found more than you, so I get bragging rights, so suck it. Can't deal with you right now. Oh. Hey, where you... MC. Oh, hi, Guillaume. Hey, man. Hey, Hong Yang. How did you go? Spent the whole time trying to keep Al under control. Did see you following him down the corridor. Sounds like you had it tough. Why didn't you leave him be and just enjoy the Hong Yang? I'm the class rep. Who's responsible if you break something while being reckless? Okay. Why you gotta talk shit behind my back? You were swearing the whole time. What are you, 5? What are you, 4? What an game. Don't laugh. I never thought Hong Yang would retort with something so equally immature. Heh, you too. What? Nothing. So how many stickers did you end up finding, Al? Listen up. You're gonna be impressed. I found 9 of those little suckers, even with this guy slowing me down. Wow, impressive. I was exuberating on air of confidence, which is rare. Does he usually get like this when he beats Hong Yang at something? Oh, you seem to have fun with the scavenger hunt. When it comes to things like this, I'm really good at them. And how many did you find, Hong Yang? You know very well I didn't find any because I was supervising you the whole time. Weak. Alright, so how many did you find, Guillaume? Me? Well, somehow managed to find 5. Wow, good job. I would have had 1 extra if you hadn't been so sly. Sly? Yeah, MC, the cheeky little vixen, distracted me so she could get close enough to grab the sticker I was standing next to. Eh? What do you mean, vixen? She got close to you? Geez, DM, you make it sound like I seduced you or something. No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just joking. Yeah, those 2 don't seem too happy about it. It's just my imagination, or are those 2 glaring at me with malicious intent? Looks like the teacher's finally back. Has everyone returned? Yes, great. Everyone line up and show me how many stickers you found. It doesn't take long for the teacher to count everyone's stickers. Majority of the class didn't have any, either due to not finding one or simply not bothering to take part in the scavenger hunt. Right, first I want to say great work to everyone for taking part in the scavenger hunt. You're really living your lives to the fullest. Just remember, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. What matters is that you had fun. My teacher thing to say. Okay, looks like we got 2 winners of the scavenger hunt. They are, drumroll please, just get on with it, Elliot and Madeline. How do we pronounce that name? Both with 10 stickers each. Well done to both of you. Elliot jumps from a chair and sprints to the front. Yay! As the rest of the class gives an awkward applause, Al slams his face into the desk. Just one more. I guess he really wanted to win. Elliot seems ecstatic as she stands at the front of the class. Delina, on the other hand, is content just sitting in a chair. It's gone. What's the prize? Oh, right, that. Well, I'm not really allowed to give out anything too grandiose, but I can at least manage this. Takes an envelope from her pocket and hands it to Elliot. You're gonna have to share it though. Elliot takes the envelope and opens it for everyone to see. It's 2 movie vouchers. That's right. Since there's 2 in there, you can go together. That could be fun. You can invite Lana and Jane out on a double date. But Delina simply nods in agreement, letting Elliot express excitement for both of them. It's going to be so much fun. Maybe we can watch the new movie about the witches running a bakery. Okay, class, everyone may relax for the last couple of minutes before the bell rings. The morning ends with everyone separating into their elective classes. During lunch, I make a realization. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be trying to make Al and Hong Yang fall in love with me. I haven't really done anything lately that would warrant them developing feelings for me. But then again, I don't even know what their opinion on me is to begin with. Maybe there was a way I could see how much they like me. Like some sort of affection meter. Really there was such a thing in real life. Wouldn't be very realistic if I had some sort of magical self-updating guide that showed me how much every person liked or disliked me based on decisions I made, right? Well, I guess I'll need to be proactive and actually try flirting with them. How do I flirt? Really have no idea. Maybe my first step should be to look for them. Figure out what to say once we're face to face. What should I look for first? I will go with Hong Yang, because we did say that we were going to meet up with them at lunch, so it might be easier to flirt with. Just have to feed his ego, right? Hong Yang. Oh, hey Gam, what can I do for you? I know, I didn't think this far ahead. What should I say? Yeah, that scar makes you look like a badass. Okay, I just want to say that scar on your temple makes you look like a badass. Very cool. Is that meant to be a compliment? Appreciate the intention if it was, but being called a badass doesn't really make me happy. I see. Was there anything else that you needed? No. Right, then if you don't mind, I'm busy. Right, I'll leave you to it. That didn't go as planned. Okay, it's now afternoon. My whole body aches from this morning. I sure will go up my fair share of exercise. I think I can take it easy tonight. I still have that test on Friday. Really don't want to study for it. But I'm hungry. That was loud. I guess I'm hungry. What should I do? I should probably cook. Oh, that settles it. I'll make myself something to eat. Pizza toast, the poor man's pizza. It's getting late. I should finish up and head to bed. I wonder if it's too late to send a text. Let's message Al. It's never too late. I messaged Al about the scavenger hunt today. Looked like he really had fun. That was a quick response. He really does swell it. Hey, fuck me, man. I just need one more sticker. then you would have tied. Wouldn't it have been better to find 2 more stickers? Then you would have won. You're right. I was so close. Next time I'll give you any that I find. Why? I can hear suspicion through the text. Rather win on my own. So he's that kind of guy. Why would anyone help me win anyway? Just thought I'd help a friend out. We're friends. We're not. Oh, this is embarrassing. Whatever. So, are we friends? He's not responding. Okay, it's now Thursday. Okay, with that, I'm gonna actually end it here because I'm unfortunately out of time for today. I really enjoyed this. It's very adorable. Definitely liking little, like, CGs and whatnot. Definitely liking the characters as well. So if you guys want to play this visual novel for yourself and see if you can maybe succeed in getting either of these guys to love you, or maybe even just get Emily to love you, the link will be down in the description below so you can play it, and yeah, we'll be moving on to the next game.